Hello everyone, this is King Polyphemus here. I'm gonna cast a Pocket Takes Deluxe game, which I was really lucky to get my hands on. It's actually the championship match of the last season World Tour, and it's between a couple of really good players who've been on the scene. One a lot longer than the other actually, and so changing the settings here looks like we had a Mega Nuke and Chaos Grenade game, and that can be quite fun to play with your friends, just because the Chaos Grenade puts so much on the field, and then the Mega Nuke just clears it all off. But moving right along, yeah, I managed to pick up this game from a friend of mine who was there, who was actually present at this game. So I guess I'll just move into casting it. The first player is going to be For2ity. Now For2ity's a very old player, and not age-wise as much as he's just been in the metagame for so long. So moving with all the patches, and he's really known for his ability to utilize terrain and make combinations of different weapons in order to put his opponent in a really tight spot. And then EVA4EVA is going to be orange on the right side, and he is a new school player. He focuses a lot on accuracy rather than combination and terrain play. So let's go ahead and move into the game. So For2ity is going to go ahead and leave it at that starting angle of 60, and that's interesting because a lot of times players will go to angles that they're more comfortable with, and he's going to go for that molten plastic, and that is a very good opening move. He's going to scout a bit to make sure he's shooting in the right direction, and he actually, I can't tell, I don't think he's actually blocked off the turret for EVA4EVA, but we'll see in just a minute. So EVA4EVA is going to go for this Heat Seeker as a scout, and yeah, that is not going to be blocked, but very poor scout there, not enough power. A lot of players will go with a Heat Seeker for scout to begin with because you can tell its path, but it does have a much larger range of acquisition. And the buckshot coming for For2ity, that's not a very good move, especially since buckshot bounces off of plastic. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He might have been just scouting a little bit more, trying to get rid of it. The Zapper coming out from EVA4EVA, almost a better scouting attack than the Heat Seeker, and that was actually quite good. It did the maximum of 40 damage, and he knows exactly what he needs to adjust. So here comes the Neon Blast, and that very good play. EVA4EVA is in a tough spot now. He's got to start from scratch, and I'm not sure what he's going to use. He really needs to just scout out and make sure he's shooting in the right direction. Quad missile is a good weapon for that, and oh my gosh, that looked like a very good shot. He is in good position. For2ity going to move back so he can shoot over this peak. What's he going to pick? Looks like the anvil, and oh, just barely. Oh my gosh, what an incredible shot. That was very good. I didn't think it was going to clear the top, and the anvil, of course, does drop down on your opponent as soon as it gets above them, so that was a very good shot. And EVA4EVA going to use this big shot. It's got a wide range, so not quite in range, but he does know what he has to do to adjust. And the Shadow Blast, no. Aqua Bomb coming out now. That's a good move, mostly because EVA4EVA is now stuck in that rut, so all the water is going to fall into there and do the increasing damage. So For2ity taking a bit of a lead here. Fire in the hole, interesting choice. He really needs to hit dead on almost. And that fire, that is going to do a lot of damage, and the dirt is going to block him off. So For2ity not in a very good position right here. And ripped, okay, going for the buzzsaw. Oh no, For2ity. Oh, he can't quite get out of that dirt. The buzzsaw he probably went for because it does the least amount of damage to himself, but does not have the splash, and the snowball's a great choice from EVA4EVA, forcing him to use a bigger splash attack in order to break out of that. And fission bomb, here it comes, and so much damage to himself, but he is out, and he still does have a chance. And EVA4EVA, oh, Stardust coming in and dead on. Great shot. That's actually going to do quite a lot of damage. Stardust usually doesn't do much damage, and For2ity has to completely reset, and he does not really stand a chance at this point. I'm going to go for the Riptide, and Oh, to add insult to injury, he doesn't clear the peak and hits himself. That is just a shame. And the lightning rod coming down, let's see, and it is almost a perfect hit. That's going to be doing so much damage. Oh gosh. So EVA4EVA taking an early win after coming back from being down. And the boomerang, oh my, wow, that was an incredible shot. So For2ity just proving that he's not out of this match, because this is a best of 3 if I didn't mention that. And that tractor beam doing nothing. It does look quite pretty though on the left side of the screen there, as you can see, and it lasts for quite a long time, but not doing anything. And now the shadow blast adjusting just a little bit, and it's not going to do enough damage to bring him back. And so EVA4EVA is going to take this match, and saving his dome protect for last. Now the dome protect is not the best weapon in the game, and you really can't shoot when you have it unless you were using weapons to go through the ground. So we'll move straight into game 2, and I don't really have time to analyze this weapon pool, but it looked okay. And this is an interesting position. For2ity actually has a big advantage here, being on the high ground and looking through his weapons. Going for the earth mover, that's surprising because he's on. What is he doing? Oh my goodness! Now this is something you don't see often. He's actually handicapping himself. I don't know if that was the plan, but I can't think of anything else. He's brought himself off of the high ground and actually created more of a hill situation. And we do know that For2ity tends to perform very well in hill situations. Um, it's usually it's the map that he definitely has his highest win percentage on. EVA4EVA just going to scout with a heat seeker, very standard. But so For2ity, I guess he just wanted this to be a hill situation. Maybe he feels more confident than on the high ground. I know I certainly sometimes have problems shooting from the high ground, because if you can definitely work yourself into a corner if your opponent is too far down. Going for the chaos grenade, and that didn't do much damage, but actually puts him in a great position. EVA4EVA with the dirt and the magic wall right in front of him. He's got nothing he can do. He's going to have to blast himself out, but it's not that bad since we are only on the 3rd volley. And what is he going to choose to blast out of this? It looks like... Oh no! That must have been a misclick. Oh, the Shadow Blast doesn't actually blast away any land. EVA4EVA only hurting himself, and Tarball, oh, going down on top of that, doing damage and closing him, and he's going to have to go for the lightning strike now. And is it going to cover his turret? That's the question. Oh, it is! So EVA4EVA unable to make an attack for the next turn, and that is 3 turns of him just unable to do anything. For2ity taking the lead. Let's see if he can pull this off. The Tesla coil coming down, and a direct hit. The Tesla coil going to be doing the maximum amount of damage that it can. So much damage, and EVA4EVA in a very exposed position right now. And what's he going to go for? It looks like the firecracker. Oh, but far too much power on that. Just throwing that shot away. He really needs to calm down. He can actually still come back as long as For2ity does not hit him directly with something like lava. Oh my gosh. That is actually an incredible play, because the lava does not have very much splash damage, but it had just enough to push EVA4EVA off of that standing Tesla coil into that valley, and EVA4EVA is now in a terrible, terrible position. For2ity has a bead on him and has him in that little crevasse. EVA4EVA cannot really shoot out of it very well. And For2ity has weapons that will just destroy it. I believe he has Hailstorm. I believe he has Flamethrower. EVA4EVA going to be shooting out a Hotfoot. And wow! Just to prove that he is not out of this game yet, a direct hit with the Hotfoot from one of the hardest positions to hit from, then doing a maximum of 60 damage. That is just incredible. So down comes the Flamethrower. Not doing much damage. Flamethrower is better in close range, but he is going to go ahead and get rid of that. The lightning strike coming from EVA4EVA, and he does have a direct bead on For2ity, so he is able to use his weapons to the fullest here. But For2ity also has a bead on EVA4EVA, and so he, oh, going for the rock slide. This is going to be painful, and here it comes. Oh, just oh my gosh, so much damage, and EVA4EVA cannot do a thing. He is trapped, and really those two lasers are hurting him terribly right now because he is not going to be able to use them. Just shooting one out, and he actually can get his turret out, which is kind of funny, but not at an angle he needs. The lightning strike coming down. He might be able to make a shot here. Oh, just throwing away his firebolt. So EVA4EVA tossing this game, and here we are at the 8th volley, and it looks like this game is over. For2ity in a great shot and a great position, sending that weapon out, and not quite. Oh, doing 4 damage, 4 lonely damage, floating to the top. There it goes. Just a shield, 2 lasers, and a firebolt for the last 4 shots of EVA4EVA. Just very painful. Just a poor weapons pool here, and For2ity, after making that, that controversial, I would say, very weird move, and almost through the shield. That would have just been incredible. But making that earth mover in the beginning, creating a hill situation rather than an upper ground situation, and managing to take full advantage of it, coming out almost 200 points, excuse me, almost 300 points ahead of EVA4EVA.